Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron, and today I'm taking a look at Transformers Generations Studio Series 117 Hatchet. We have Hatchet here from the Dark of the Moon movie. This is one of the three dreads. He turns into a Chevy Suburban. I believe all three of them turn into essentially the same vehicle, but then they all have unique alt modes, which I thought at the time was a pretty cool idea for a team of Decepticons. We've got, the Chevy logo up front. We've got painted lights on the top, the front of the car, and then on the back end. I kind of wish we had a painted license plate. But I'd say it looks okay. There's some gaps. You can see kind of here. There's some issues with the way, let me see if I can get that in light. Yeah, that tab goes in on the back wheel. There's a big old gap on the front wheel. It does roll just fine, and against its background, it looks fine. This toy has a bit of an interesting history. It is called 117 now, but it was originally number 94. It was supposed to come out a little while ago. And my theory is, during manufacturing, they realized what a pain in the ass this toy was, and they were trying to fix it. And they essentially waited this long trying to redesign the toy and fix it, and they were unable to do so. Overall, again, I think it's okay. There's some annoying things, like these are minor complaints. I kind of wish we had some painted rims, especially because this is Studio Series. We do have the painted windows all around. This piece of black plastic, you can see it reflects light differently. This is like glossy, the rest is matte. I think if this had been matte, it would have helped the toy look a lot nicer. And again, for a Suburban, this feels small. I don't really have another Studio Series figure to compare, but I mean, this is very clearly a deluxe. I think a lot of the problems of this toy could have been solved had this just been a Voyager. But for transformation, the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to attempt here. We're gonna attempt to take these panels and separate them from the back without them popping off. So we're gonna come in nice and gentle. Okay, hey, that kind of worked. How about here? Up, okay, nope. All right, and then this piece, this tail is held between his dreads. There's two slots there. There's tabs on the tail here that go right in, so that can come off. And this is the bane of my existence. This panel right here and the one on the other side, which I'm going to attempt to keep on as long as I can. But basically, for whatever fucking reason, the designers thought it was okay to have a single tab and a single slot, and the friction generated by those two pieces right here be what holds this panel on. Not a pin, not any sort of 5mm port. A 5mm port could have been better. But for whatever reason, this it doesn't move, so I don't know why there couldn't be like extra plastic on the back end with a 5mm port to let this stick in. But as is, it makes transforming to alt mode a huge pain because you're using the force that is set against this tab here is competing with the friction holding these two sections here. There we go. So, like you can, it's a parts form. You can take those and you can, throw them away, lose them, whatever. I don't care. But that is a huge pain. It's a point of frustration. During my short that I recorded, I basically just gave up and I stopped trying to do it on camera. It was annoying as hell. But we're going to move forward for right now. We're going to come in, now that we have those sections off, we can come in on the front. We can bring down the fender, front fender. We can bring up the hood of the car and bring back the back of the car like so, revealing our robot mode underneath. We can take these flips and flap them. There we go. We can open up these arms, and the legs are actually pinned right here, so we can separate those out. It is a very simple transformation, especially for Studio Series. Bringing down hands, turning at the shoulder, the front legs, I guess you'd call them front legs, same thing here, and bringing down his paws here. And then his dreads kind of hang out. But again, it's a really weird thing. The dreads go underneath the shoulders instead of over them, so they do compress back down a lot, I feel. On the back end, we can turn at the knee, bring this ankle forward, bend that knee, same thing on this side, turn it, bring it forward. There we go. Then on this truck, we can fold up these two sections, folding back the whole thing so it kind of sits, you know, on top of his back like so. I think that's about as flat as we get it. We can come in with this tail. There is essentially a friction. Again, don't know why it's not a 5mm peg, but we can friction the tail in right there. And then we've got these panels. So these panels theoretically could stay attached this entire time to these arms. I think this panel goes over here where we've got a tab and a slot and a matching slot and tab like so. And then the panel can kind of wrap around. So it doesn't need to move. I don't know why that's not permanently in place. It would be so much less annoying if it was. Same thing on this side, tab and slot, like so. And here is Hatchet. And he's kind of bizarrely proportioned. I think they did a good job in the advertisements of kind of hiding how bizarrely proportioned he is. I wish that, I think, like, when I was looking at the screenshots from the movie, I feel like his torso should be a little longer and his legs should be a little shorter. It kind of seems a little more like he is a man, like, down on all fours. Like, he's a man pretending to be an animal rather than just an animal. And maybe that is the design the dreads are going for. Maybe he's supposed to look like a dread just kind of got down on all fours. But it still just looks a little odd. And for Studio Series, I feel like Studio Series does a pretty good job of integrating the alt modes into the vehicles, like, as much as they can in the design. And maybe this is the limitation of this character design, but to me, this definitely doesn't, like, it doesn't look very integrated, and it's not very integrated. You know, you've got a tail hanging off, you've got this fender hanging off, you've got his backpack. He's basically a shell former. To the other end, the thing that I don't like is the articulation here. So we do have head wiggle, which I appreciate. We have a jaw that does open nicely, and it is like, you know, I want to give props where it is. The head is painted nice. I like the silver, I like the black, I like the red. And these panels will come off at the slightest provocation. Again, annoying. But then at the shoulders, because the shoulders are so close to the head, like these dreads here that I'm complaining about, they kind of knock into the shoulders, and the shoulder articulation is a little weird. I want it to go up and down, but it doesn't rotate like 360. It is at an angle, so it kind of also goes in and out. You can get it 360, but again, you can see how it's rotating at a slant instead of in and out. That makes him feel like I want him to have big, powerful monster shoulders, and this doesn't really feel like that is the case here. He kind of seems like he's like an awkward puppy, just kind of like sitting there with his feet close together because he accidentally made a mess, and he doesn't want to be, you know, scolded for making a mess, rather than like a big bruiser tearing up the highway and causing, you know, mayhem and all that stuff. God, and again, I really hate, there we go, I hate these panels. We do have swivel, we do have bend, we've got bend here, but no ball joints, so like you can't do like a swiping attack where the hand is kind of coming in like this. It can only go outward. There is no waist swivel. We've got a hip joint here, we've got a knee here. This is on a ball joint, so it does give some extra articulation with the hip and the knee. And again, up and down on the ankle only. And then the tail doesn't articulate, it just falls off. That's about it. It's, you know, do you really want all three dreads? And if so, then I guess this is the third one. I don't have any of the other dreads. I think I was curious about this one because I knew that it was supposed to release like 2 years ago, or a year ago, whatever it was. But I don't care enough about Dark of the Moon. I don't think it's a very good movie. I don't care enough about the characters to collect Studio Series. This was a curiosity, and it was a very disappointing curiosity. Again, I think that had they made this a Voyager figure, I feel like a Voyager price point with the extra mass and articulation could have fixed a lot of these problems. Maybe the problem is they made it too small, and I don't know why they made it this small, because I feel like he wasn't this tiny. Like, if we're comparing him, right? I don't know, here's what I have on hand. He wasn't like, he's a small deluxe. I feel like he was a pretty decent sized deluxe, maybe like small Voyager in the movie. So I'm curious as to why they made him so small. It feels like it doesn't really match the Studio Series idea of scale, and it's a disservice to the design. This fails to execute on the design. It's not a good toy. This is one I don't recommend you get it. If you have it pre-ordered and it hasn't arrived yet, I recommend you cancel it. If you want this guy, you can get him for free. I'll ship him to you for free. I don't care about him. I don't want to keep him. Here's how you can get Hatchet for free. We're doing a giveaway. Like all my giveaways, you have until next Friday, so the Friday after the video comes out, to enter the giveaway. I believe that is March 14th. And then if you I'll grab all the entries on March 14th, draw a winner, and then announce it on the video that comes out on the 15th. But the entry to this one is simple. We are doing a fundraiser for the Trevor Project. We're trying to raise $1,000 this month. The March 31st is the International Day of Trans Visibility, where our goal is to raise $1,000 for the Trevor Project. It's a really good organization. Their goal is suicide prevention. They spend money on a hotline and resources for suicide prevention. I think it's a very important cause. And we have some awesome Transformers prizes. If you go down below, or if you hit the QR code that's right here, then you will check out our Tiltify page. If you donate just $1, you'll get entered to win some awesome Transformers prizes, all on the page. My personal thing that I think is the coolest is the Siege Decepticon fleet. You know, we've got Refractors, we've got Shockwave, but we've also got all sorts of other stuff. So all you have to do is go donate $1. But to enter for this guy, you don't need to donate anything. I just need help spreading the word. If you share on social media, share with your friends and family, just all you have to do is put a comment that said, hey, I shared the Tiltify link and I told someone what it was about. It would be really helpful to us to get word out. We're still looking for donations. If you have Transformers fans that you know, like, share the link. Please help us spread the word out. And then next week, we'll announce a winner for this hunk of junk. I'm sorry, this is not a better prize, but we'll do some more giveaways this month that'll hopefully have better prizes. That's it. This was Transformers Generation Studio Series 117 Dark of the Moon Hatchet. Not worth it, not a good toy. Might be the worst toy of the year. We'll have to see when we get to the end of 2025. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye!